The first use case you think about blockchain is payments, right? So that's the first thing you want to do is show that you can secure a payment mechanism just like Visa, MasterCard, but much more secure without middlemen, take away the fees, offers economies of scale. So the more people use it, the cheaper it gets. The way we view the future of value in the long term, 3 to 5 to 10 years, we view layer 1 blockchains will essentially become like the new republics. These will be the new mechanisms where all the value is going to proliferate to. In the future, there'll be the layer 1 blockchain, there will be the mining market, there'll be the dApps, and there'll be tokens. So the lower you get in the stack, the lower risk you have, but the lower rewards. The highest risk reward will be on the layer 1 blockchain, because that's where all the value will flow up. But it's highest value, highest risk. We view layer 1 blockchains, which is Bitcoin, Syscoin, Ethereum, as court systems. They need to be combative to the external forces that we don't control, even in the software world. In the real world, like inflation, hyperinflation, wars, these systems need to be secure from that. And this is why we view Bitcoin as the gold standard for security and decentralization. What else does the world need? What else does the world cherish when you have something like Bitcoin? How can we extend that to something else where we can take advantage to build real world utility? This is where Ethereum comes in. For me, Ethereum is a gold standard for flexibility or general computation. We're trying to stick to the gold standards we know the world's going to cherish and develop on, and we put those two concepts together. And this is what Syscoin is.
What's up, people? We back. In case you're not familiar, I am
that Hotep Jesus dude.
Oh baby, it's Monday morning, Monday afternoon. Ah, what a weekend! Kanye. Anyway, shout out to my partner Syscoin. For all my blockchain geeks out there looking to develop something, Syscoin will actually help you. It's in their best interest too. Go to hotepjesus.com, hit the Syscoin logo, fill out the form to become eligible to start building on the Syscoin technology. Wonderful piece of technology. Is the best of Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's going to have the flexibility of Ethereum and the security of Bitcoin. Great team over there. Shout out to 1DC. Let's get into today's presentation. Let's just hop right into this. For all my products on my books, including the Patriot Report, Unmasking the Conspiracy of Money and War, my latest release on the central bankers, go to hotepjesus.com. That's hotepjesus.com. Let's hop right into this damn thing. So this morning, I saw this story break on menoforder.com. Shout out to menoforder.com, our sister company. And let's read here. It says, Parler CEO George Farmer says that this deal will change the world and change the way the world thinks about free speech. Ye is making a groundbreaking move into free speech media space and will never have to fear being removed from social media again. Parler has Didn't Parler get rejected from the App Store? Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't like Parler hinge on? Let's just continue. Because I'm pretty sure if Apple and Google want to ban you from the stores, they can ban you from the stores. And I'm pretty sure this runs off of Amazon. So if Amazon wants to ban the app, well, I don't know what you're going to do about data in that case. Anyway, let's move on. Parler has not disclosed exactly how much Ye bought the company for, but officials said the deal is expected to close by the end of 2022. I mean, how much is Parler really worth? You know, how much is it really worth? And we're gonna do call-ins. We're gonna let people call in today. I'll give you the call-in number shortly. You guys can tell me what you think about this deal. Of Kanye buying Parler. So look out, callers. Yeah, I mean, I hope Kanye, he should have gotten this app really cheap. This app should have been bought for peanuts. It's nothing. There's no ingenuity. There's no creativity with the app. It's basically just a Twitter clone with, a meager audience at best. A lot of glitches, at least in the early days. I don't know what the app's like today. It says this decision happened just days after Twitter and Instagram locked Ye's account over posts deemed anti-Semitic. In a world where conservative opinions are considered to be controversial, we have to make sure we have a right to freely express ourselves, Ye said in a statement. Parler is part of a long list of apps like Gab, Getter, Minds, looking to give people social media alternatives to big censorship. Now, some of you may or may not have read this article I wrote last week from menoforder.com. The 11 dystopian parallels between Demolition Man and reality, Demolition Man the movie. I've been harping on this a lot, so I decided to go back, rewatch the movie, and take notes, and then bring it to you guys so you guys can sort of compare and contrast. But one of the things that I talked about here in this is the parallel economy, and many people have talked about this as well. But in this movie, you had the scraps, the people who basically lived underground. I should probably throw a picture of them in here. There's a quote here from the leader of the scraps in the movie, Edgar Friendly. He says, "I'm the enemy because I like to think, I like to read, I'm into freedom of speech, the freedom of choice." Which is quite ominous compared to today. But that's what we're seeing manifest here with Ye buying Parler, right? Is this parallel economy is starting to coalesce. It's starting to manifest. It is blossoming right before our eyes. So I fully expect this. Let's go to this other. This is the original press release, I believe. And this is the one that Kamar Daniel wrote the article on menoforder.com about Ye. And so this one says Parliament Technologies announced today that has entered into an agreement. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, you guys can see it. Cool. Entered an agreement in principle to sell Parler, the world's pioneering uncancelable free speech platform, to Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. Hold on, before we even continue, let me do some digging. I want to do some digging. I'm gonna have to go into Google. I'm going to have to change the date settings. I want to see all results. Give me a custom range and give me from, let's say, I don't know. Let's go to January last year because I don't remember when Parler came out. Let's go January last year, and let's go to August of 2022. Let's see what we got here. Go. Okay, here we go. Found it. Just want to make sure I wasn't going crazy and you guys can see this. This says right here, Amazon, Apple, and Google cut off Parler. I don't know how they're saying uncancelable. maybe they mean something different when they say uncancelable. Another article here, Parler's rise was also their downfall, whatever this means. Oh yeah, it was cut off by its cloud hosting provider, Amazon Web Service. So that's AWS. So, yeah, like I said earlier, AWS cut them off. Apple and Google cut them off. So, yeah, I don't know how they boast uncancelable. And with that being said, I mean, let's think about that. What is Kanye actually buying? He's basically buying a trash heap of technology. And Kanye is very inventive, so he's basically gonna have to redo the app if he wants something significant. He should just completely redo the app, which makes me believe, why didn't he just create a new app from start? Because well, the code here, I believe, is it this one or is it Getter, was made like a clone off of Mastodon. I can't remember. But I mean, these apps aren't exactly Nobel winning prize ingenuity here. So I don't understand why he wouldn't just start from scratch with a whole new idea. I actually know somebody with a really cool social media app that doesn't have the funding, and it's just like he created something new that doesn't exist before, that has never existed before, and take social media to the next level. But yeah, when I get the money, I'll probably buy the app out and really blow it out and make that our social media app. But it's just way better than, like, these guys are just not inventing anything new. Minds is gold plating. Who else we got? Parler is, well, it's a clone. Getter's a clone. And everybody just kind of wants to be, I think the only company that really had any ingenuity in social media in the last 20 years is probably Snapchat. TikTok basically just purchased Musically, and Musically, I guess, was ingenuity. Allow people, make their little dance, and they spent a lot of time buying the licensing and making partnerships with record labels, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, so let's go back to the article. Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, Ye has become the richest black man in history through music and apparel, and is taking a bold stance against his recent censorship from big tech, using his far-reaching talents to further lead the fight to create a truly non-cancelable environment. Richest black man in history? Is he richer than Mansa Musa, relatively? Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is. I have no idea. They did say he was 60% of Adidas sales, which I could imagine would completely balloon his net worth. It's a lot of money. So yeah, in a world where conservative opinions are considered to be controversial, we have to make sure we have the right to freely express ourselves. The proposed acquisition will assure Parler a future role in creating an uncancelable ecosystem where all voices are welcome. Ye can be found on Parler here. So I guess this is a link to Ye's account on Parler. He already has 5,000 followers, which is, I would say, pretty dismal, but it's still early in the day. Maybe, that'll grow. What are they like? What are they? Source news here? What is this? I don't know. I've never used Parler. I couldn't imagine them doing anything spectacular, though. Just, somebody who has, 20 years in tech, it takes a lot to impress me when I look at these apps, and I've looked at hundreds of apps. Some people are like, oh, Hotep Jesus, you're just a hater. It's just like, no, I'm kind of jaded because, tech, being a digital marketer in tech, most of my adult life, I'm jaded. I'm just naturally jaded. Like, it takes a lot to impress me because I've seen really great apps and I've seen really poor apps, and I've worked on a lot of them. Which reminds me of our app, grifties.com. Leaves a lot to be desired, but it's a fun app. People are enjoying it. Grifties.com. We might release a version 2 within the next year or so, depending. But right now, it's a very simple app. Vote for Grifter of the Year. After this acquisition, Candace Owens is definitely in the running for Grifter of the Year. We're going to talk about that soon, why Candace Owens is definitely in the running for Grifter of the Year. The proposed acquisition will assume Parler a future. Okay. Parliament Technology CEO George Farmer. So George Farmer is Candace Owens' husband, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So obviously this was a Candace rigmarole. And this was Candace who finagled this deal into place. And some people, the internets are, I've seen some people say, Kanye got finessed in this deal. He got hoodwinked. He got tricked in this deal to buy this app. And that's one take. I don't know. I don't know about that. It's certainly plausible. After watching the 3.5-hour interview with Noriega yesterday, on Drink Champs, Diddy's Revolt. I got a lot more insight into where Kanye's mind is, and he has this one part of the interview where he's talking about yay backs, and he mentions Diddy and something Diddy did with his money, and Kanye said he was riding around in Ubers or something like that and staying in like hotels or something. I don't know, but so Kanye said he went out and bought a $50 million loft and like 30 Maybachs or something like that. I forget the number, but I guess when you're the richest black man in history, it's time to just start blowing some cash, right? Like that's usually what happens when you reach that level. It's just like you just have to blow money because then you just definitely don't want to pay taxes on it. And it's like you just you kind of want capital working. So I don't know necessarily if this is a bad business move. Like if Kanye's the richest black man in history, technically there is no bad business move. Like you could just buy a company and if it fails, it just fails, right? You're just still the richest black man in history. So I don't know if I can say he got finessed out of this deal. Also, maybe it was a favor. It was like Candace, like, yo, look, this app is failing. We need you. And he was like, all right, I got you, and I'll bail you out. It could be that situation. It could be where, he was talking about free speech, and she was like, well, my husband runs a free speech app, da 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 da. And he was like, oh, dope, I want to buy it. Like Kanye could have brought this up in just a random conversation where they're spending time together. It was like, oh, let me buy it. How much is it worth? And he's just like, but I think Kanye's in a mode now where he's just blowing money fast. And that's kind of like what you want to do when you are the richest black man in history, allegedly. So let's go back. This deal would change the world and change the way the world thinks about free speech. And we'll take callers in just a minute. I'll give you the call-in number. You guys can call in, talk to me live. Tell me what you think about this. Please stay on topic. Please don't start talking about like a whole bunch of other different topics. Let's try to stay on topic on Kanye and Parler as much as possible. Ye is making a groundbreaking move into the free speech media space. Here's another thing I've said in the past. There is no such thing as free speech. There's no such thing as free speech. In my humble opinion, I don't think there is. At some point you're gonna have to pay the cost. At some point you're gonna have to pay the cost of your speech. Freedom ain't free. As I think Kanye might have said that in a song. I forget who it was, but freedom ain't free and free speech ain't free. And there's some people who have gone to these free speech apps and still have been canceled. You got people that have gone to free speech apps and still have been banned from PayPal, banned from their banking system, and various platforms. You can go to a free speech platform as an ordinary rank and file citizen, as a civilian, and say the wrong thing, and you can still be fired from your job. It's not like, you go to Parler, you say something off color, and your boss goes, well, you said it on Parler, so it's okay. It's just not what's going to happen. So this whole idea of free speech, first of all, I think the marketing unique value proposition of free speech is more of a gimmick than it is plausible. And maybe it's effective in drawing crowds of people. Remember, Gab did this first. I think Gab's got like a new feature. I think they just dropped banking or something like that. So they're handling payments like PayPal or something like that. Anyway, shout out to Andrew Tober and Gab. He was a pioneer. He did this before everybody. And I don't know why people didn't just roll with him. They could have been rivaling Twitter at this point, maybe. But yeah, like this whole idea of freedom of speech being protected because you're on some social network is just not plausible. And the unique value proposition of saying freedom of speech, I feels like pretty weak. It's just like, and again, obviously this is just me and how I feel. I can understand why others might say, hey, we need freedom of speech places. And I'm more like, well, what's the app do? What's so great about this app that the other apps don't do? Because frankly, I'm not leaving Twitter and I'm not leaving YouTube. Not yet, at least. I don't see a reason to. I like Twitter. That's where I've been. And I like YouTube. And they're the kings and queens of social media. I even have an Instagram account. I hate it, but I use it. I'm not on TikTok. I don't like TikTok. I might get a TikTok in the future if I can get an assistant to run it. That's later on down the line. We'll get some office space. I'll probably just hire an assistant, some young kid to just, he could just work my TikTok for me. But I'm not going to Rumble, at least not in the foreseeable future. People have asked me to. Although I will say I'm inching closer and closer just because people are asking me to. But right now I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't know what's going on over there. I haven't looked at it. I don't know if it offers me the same features as Rumble. Maybe it does. I mean, I'm not sure if Rumble offers me the same features as YouTube. Are they going to roll out the red carpet for me? Are they have they already locked in their partnerships with their influencers over there? And it's just like, there's no room for me. So I'll just be an average user. I kind of like having a red carpet rolled out for me when I join a social network. I feel like I've worked to that point in my career where I should get that. And if I don't, then I might as well just stay on YouTube because YouTube's not rolling out the red carpet for me. So I might as well just stay here. To this whole idea of like running to all these different spaces, I'm just not with yet. I'm very much like, hey, you guys go build it. You guys make it hot and popping. Go build that parallel economy, and I'll show up after it's popping. Maybe Rumble's popping a year from now. Maybe it's popping in 2024. And I'll show up in 2024, Maybe that's how it happens. I don't know. It's just as of today, what's today? The 17th. I'm on YouTube and Twitter. I'm a slave to these algos, and I like it. I like it a lot. And YouTube's raping me for 30%. And it is what it is. I'm just not sure I feel welcome in these other places. I went to Gab and I made one comment, and then, the racist shit started, and it's just like, oh, okay, this is welcoming. But Andrew Torber has been welcoming. The community, I don't know. Twitch app, shout out to the Twitch people. I'm not sure if I fit in that community because it's like super tech geeky. And I'm in tech. I'm just not that geeky. I'm very much a hybrid between the marketing of everything and the tech of everything. I'm not coding, but I can somewhat read code. And I kind of know, how much it's going to take to build something. Like I understand the business side of things. But yeah, the places that I feel like I fit in right now are Twitter and YouTube. And this is what's been working for me. And maybe we'll make a move to somewhere else later. Anyway, let's continue. Enough about me. Ye is making a groundbreaking move into free speech media space, and will never have to fear being removed from social media again. Once again, Ye proves that he is one step ahead of the legacy media narrative. Parliament will be honored to help him achieve his goals. Under the terms of their agreement in principle, the parties intend to enter into a definitive purchase agreement and expect to close during the fourth quarter of 2022. The terms of the proposed transaction will include ongoing technical support from Parliament. What? Yeah, I think he should just scrap their whole tech support team and just like come in with a whole new team. Unless they got some decent people over there. But, I think they've made some bad decisions as far as infrastructure is concerned. I don't know. And I don't think the Elon and Ye call went too well. I think maybe Elon offended Kanye, because I know Elon has a new phone coming out. So I thought it would make sense to launch a new social media app on the Elon phone, on the Tesla phone. Now I would hop in on that. I'd be like, okay, we own the distribution side of things. So I'm in, right? Like now I'm in, right? Because when you drop these apps, you're still a victim of Google, Amazon, Apple, right? So it's just like, to me, it's like you half step in. But if you're going to go straight to the distribution of the technology, of the apps, the moderator, and you control that. And if Elon controls being the moderator of the hosting of the apps, the distribution of the apps, a new app store, oh, I'm in. Okay, yeah, all right. So I'll get Elon's phone. I would definitely be in. And then Kanye, we got the Ye app. on Elon's phone exclusively, so you have to be on. Now we're in a parallel economy. Right now we're sort of in a hybrid economy. So it's like we're free speech, but we're connected to Apple and Google. We're free speech, but we're connected to Amazon. And it's just like, we're halfway there, where I feel like the first step is to own a distribution network. And I've used this example before where a couple of black girls wanted to open up a hair supply, beauty supply store. And I believe this was in California. And they quickly shut down because they found out was, I don't know if it was the Chinese, Japanese, whatever it was, maybe it was Chinese, but they own all the distribution channels. And they said that they couldn't stay open because the Chinese wouldn't sell to them. So they had to shut down. Like Chinese were like, no, we control the distribution and we're going to control the retail. So because we control the distribution, we can control the retail. This is why when you go to a beauty supply store, it's mostly run by Asian folk. You go to the hood, you go to an Asian supply store, you're going to run into Mr. Chin. It just is what it is. Black women are buying direct from Asian men. And it's because they own the distribution channels. So I can't really take the beauty supply industry serious until black people start owning the distribution channel. And that's a very large undertaking. It's not the easiest thing, which is why I'm very patient and I'm not too upset and I don't harp on it because I'm like, it's damn near impossible to take that from the Chinese because they have such a stronghold. I mean, are you going to go and make those connections in India where the girls over there go through a ceremony and then their hair is chopped off and then they go and they sell it? Like, who's going to go to India and make those deals with, those religious institutions that hair is being offloaded? There's a lot of work to be done. And then come here, clean, package, distribute, and then the retail end of things. So I'm using the same line of thinking when it comes to these free speech apps, where I feel like the only one that's really doing it in a respectable manner is Andrew Torben Gab. He's got his own infrastructure. He went out and built his own infrastructure, runs 100% on his own. I believe he was running on his own servers. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So, again, I'm jaded because I know about this stuff. I'm going to get to super chats right after I finish this. I just seen a super chat that's got me like, what? Under the terms of their agreement in principle, the parties intend to enter into a definitive purchase agreement. Okay, I read that, right? Okay, so the terms of the proposed transaction would include ongoing technical support for Parliament and the use of private cloud services via Parliament's private cloud and data infrastructure center. Okay, good. So they have their own cloud data center. All right, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. That's really good. Let's give them a Don DeMarco for that. Don DeMarco. I'm not a hater. I'm gonna give you props when you're doing it right? And I think that's good if they have their own. And this is good. This is a good business model. Like, if I was Ye, this is what I would purchase. Fuck the app. Purchase this. Purchase the distribution center. And now you're rivaling AWS. Now everybody has to come to you for data services, for cloud and data services. This is what Ye needs to be buying. So hopefully he's buying Parler Technologies and not Parler the app. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. What is it? Is he buying? See, it says, okay, so the first sentence says Parler Technology announced today that it has entered an agreement to sell Parler. It doesn't say they're selling Parliament Technologies. See, if I was Ye, I'd purchase Parliament Technologies. Give me the cloud server. That's where the money is. The money's right here. So I want to see this agreement and see what exactly is being purchased. Because if it's not the cloud server, you're still Parliament's bitch in some kind of way. I mean, sure, he's got like a lot of pull because he's Ye and he's got a lot of money. But from ownership perspective, nah, give me Parliament Technologies. I don't want Parler. Give me Parliament Technologies and everything it owns. I want the mothership. Somebody in chat said, Ye needs you as a counselor. maybe. I don't like to hype myself up like that. I would love to be one of his counselors, but I don't know if that's plausible. About Parliament Technologies. So Parliament. So let's read this. Parliament serves as the parent company and the home of okay, right. So that's the parent company and leading technology systems, including Web3 and secure cloud services known as Deep Red Sky and Dynascale. Okay, yeah, I want these guys right here. This is what I want. Fuck Parler. Give me Deep Red Sky and Dynascale. The company is a guiding force in the fight against big tech, big government, censorship, and cancel culture. Parliament is based in Nashville, Tennessee. Has a growing global community of industry trailblazers product. So if I'm Parliament Technologies and Ye buys Parler, so let's put it like this. I'm going to estimate that it costs, hopefully, if I could, all right, let's put it like this. I could build Parler the app for, not including cloud services, probably, let's be real, anywhere from 10 to 25K. That's how cheap this app is. I mean, to slap that together is, now a good company might charge you anywhere from 50 to 100K. And that's kind of like, going through all the bell and whistles, making sure all the bugs are straight, So let's say Parliament cost 100K just for the app to get built, not including salaries of employees. This is just to have the app built and not maintenance and ongoing maintenance. I would value Parler at $1 million, not including the amount of users it has, because I don't know how many users it has. But the technology itself, the app itself, I would value it at $1 million. If I was Kanye, that's all I would pay for that app. I would guess that Kanye's probably paying $10 million for the app, which means Parler made a bag off this. If he pays any more than 10 million, I think he got robbed, depending on how many users it has. But if he paid any more than 10 million, he definitely got robbed. Even at 10 million, I think he got robbed. Personally, I'd have given him $1 million and be like, yo, I got $1 million for you. You can take it or leave it. Just being associated with me is going to do a lot for your company. So I definitely would not be paying any more than $1 million for Parler, because I can build the same thing. I'm Kanye. I can build Parler for fucking 25K. Technically, if I'm Kanye, I can get the app built for free from some kid in college who just wants to be attached to me. Like, literally, I can get the app built for free by some of the best brains in America. But, I'd probably throw him some bread. I'd pay him 100K. Here's 100K. Build this app for me, kid. Put a team together, build this app for me. It probably takes 2 or 3 of them. A couple of guys on the front end, maybe 1 guy on the front end, 2 guys on the front end, and maybe 3 or 4 on the back end, depending. Again, I don't know the amount of technology that goes into Parler, but that's my guess. And it depends on the speed in which you want to get it built, right? Because 1 guy doing back end is obviously going to take longer than 3 or 4 dividing up the tasks. Somebody's got to set up the database. Somebody's got to code things. Somebody's got to do bug monitoring, et cetera, et cetera. And then you got your testing department, right? Somebody's got to do the testing and run the testing team. So that's like 4 departments, basically, I would say. Anyway, coming back to my point, I don't want Parler the app. How much, if I'm Ye and I'm the richest black man in history, and we're gonna take callers. We're gonna take callers in a second. So get by your phones, get your phone ready. I'll give you the phone number to call in. Somebody said, damn, he's still under Farmer's thumb. Yeah, technically he's still like, I wouldn't say he's under Farmer's thumb, but like his company would be under Parliament, maybe. I mean, sure, the agreement would say it's probably its own separate entity right now if he's buying it out. But if he's on Parliament's private cloud and data infrastructure center, they're running it from the technical aspect, but it's still his. He's not under Farmer's thumb, but he ain't the big dog. Kanye has to buy Parliament Technologies and not Parler the app. I'll say it again. Kanye has to buy Parliament Technologies and not the app. The app should come with Parliament Technologies. I want The Web3 and clouds and secure cloud services, deep red sky and Dynascale. That's what I want. You can keep the rest of that shit. You can keep the fucking app. Fuck the app. You can keep Parler the app. I'd work on that, like, when I'm asleep on Sunday. I wake up from my nap on Sunday. I'll put like an hour into the social media app, but I'd put all my time into the cloud services. I'd be bringing Minds over to those cloud services. I don't know if Minds is there. Minds is maybe already on Parliament services, but I'd open up like a sales division. I'd have two main departments. One of them would be the technical guys to run the cloud services to make sure everything's running smoothly. Security, to cybersecurity, and physical security, so nobody comes and fucks with us. But a sales team, I just open up. I'd hire the best sales guys in the country, in the world, and start selling these services to anybody who needs cloud services, and start rivaling AWS. Even if it's like AI technologies, et cetera, and and have the sales team put together a really cool business model. All right, let's go ahead and take we'll take callers, but first let me read the super chats. Shooter 305, HJ, your boy Zuby is exposing himself. Kanye police. Zuby's Kanye police? Breaking Live said Parler got 25 million in investment a year ago. This raised the valuation. I think Candace will be at Parler soon and will be a media company that has social. He spent way over 10 million for it. Oh, yeah. So if they got 25 million, oh my God. If they got 25 million, then what does that put the valuation at? That puts the valuation over 100 million. I hope he didn't pay more than 100 million for Parler. Oh my God. But again, like he said, it's going to turn into a media company. So maybe it's, again, I don't know their future plans. I haven't seen their future business model, their 10-year plan, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe it's a good purchase if it turns into like this big media conglomerate and it's like buying Daily Wire and it's buying The Blaze and, and bringing all those companies under one umbrella. Then yeah, if you're going to go out and start acquiring shit, then yeah, maybe it's a good purchase. But I'm just talking about like just this social media app. Like hell no. Somebody showed me that tweet from Zuby. I want to see this. He was actually like policing Kanye. Really? No, I don't believe that. Somebody get me that tweet. Tag me with it on Twitter right now. I'll pull it up on the screen and we'll talk about it. Let me go to my Twitter right now. Zuby, what? Hating on Ye? Policing Ye? Really? I thought Zuby was all about free speech. Wasn't Zuby about free speech? Somebody sent me the tweet. Let me look at it. David Zientara, True Social is a fork of Mastodon. It is, right? Oh, True Social. Okay, it's True Social that was the Mastodon. Right, okay. I knew one of these social media apps was a fork of Mastodon. I knew one of them was. Mark Callie said, when do you think blockchain tech will solve these issues of the big tech companies shutting down apps they don't like? And do you think blockchain can solve these issues because BTC not a hedge against inflation so far? That's a good question. I think that's why people need to get involved with the Syscoin project, our sponsor. Syscoin is creating blockchain technology that's making things scalable. That's the big problem, right? Like everybody's talking about Bitcoin and big blocking and all of that. And Syscoin has solved many of these problems where, we can do scalable things with the blockchain. I'm going to take callers in just a second and see what the callers got to say about this Kanye. And, I'll respond to you as honest as possible. Let me give you that number now. 202-596-5631, 202-596-5631, and we'll take callers. Let's see here. Inside Ages, he can blow some money on my mushroom farm. Shout out to the mushroom farm. Jay Pylon, HJ Consigliere, and head Hotep of the Informed. Salute, bro. Thank you. You sent it to me? All right, let me see. Let's pull up this. I think he just said he just sent me the Zuby tweet. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to open up a private browser because we have each other blocked. Let's see. So hold on. Let me how could I bring this up on the screen? Oh, I know what I'll do here. Let me change my source. Hold on. I'll put this on the screen so everybody can see this. Ooh, okay. Here. I'm not criticizing Kanye for being bold. Publicly praised him for it for years. Right. I'm criticizing for being wrong, speaking recklessly and playing hard into racist tropes. What? If you think all this is accurate and just facts, then good luck to you. Wait, what? Kanye West has sadly delved deep into textbook anti-Semitic racist territory with some of his recent comments. He's dropped a lot of necessary truth bombs over the years, which I appreciate. So, Zuby went full leftist. He went full liberal. This what y'all talk about? This what the leftists is saying. Wow. To be frank, Zuby, you said people need to be more bold in this clip, yet you're digging at Kanye for doing that. The fact that there's a fallout and he is being silenced, bank account closed, etc., should be prime reason to act bold with open discussions. Whew. Moving right along. You know, I can only warn people but so many times, and after that, just kind of like let you learn on your own. You know, you'll find out who people are eventually. I mind my business these days. You know, I've done my fair share of warning people, and hey, if you want to follow these people, you know, I'm not gonna stop you. Go and enjoy. Where is? Oh shit! Did I close the? Oh no, it's right here. Okay. Oh, I closed Google Voice. I'm sorry. Wait, did I? No, it's right here. It's right here. Oh shit! Hold on. I gotta. Are you guys having problems calling in? Because Google said there might be a problem with the settings. Hold on. Try to call in. Somebody try to call in and see if it rings. And tell me if it's not ringing. Or tell me in the chat if it's not ringing. Somebody in the chat said they're surprised. Why are you surprised? If you was watching Hotep's Been Told You, would not be surprised. We're going to tell you exactly who to trust out here and who not to trust. These are just facts. We're going to tell you who to trust and who not to trust. And if you want to trust these people, then, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to be like, oh, you shouldn't. No, like, you'll learn your lesson one day. We warned you about the jab. The jab came. But when I warned you about the jab, y'all called me crazy. And that's fine. Eventually you'll learn. Oh, okay, it's working. It's working. All right, my bad. Google told me it wasn't working.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Scott, you're on the line. Talk to me. What's up, bro?
How you doing, Hotep? I just wanted to say it's good to be on the phone. I've been watching your work for a lot of months.
Okay.
And I'm just glad to be here.
Thank you. Dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. I appreciate you, man. How'd you find out about Hotep Jesus?
Fresh and Fit, YouTube, but then I just really logged into the Preacher Report, and I must say that is some good work.
You talking about?
I watched the videos though. I didn't get the book yet.
Okay, but you saw the videos.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah, the videos. I'm telling you, if people purchase the book, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. But I just wanted people to have the information. So you watch the Patriot Report videos. I'm still have to go back and do some of those over. If you noticed, I did like the first few over. But yeah, I'm doing those over. And giving people more information the second time through. But what'd you think about that info, man?
I think as far as the Patriot Report, it basically lets me further know that business is actually synonymous with government and politics. Like politics is just a different type of business.
Different type of corporatism.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I really appreciate the Patriot Report. I definitely hope for more videos on that.
That's an amazing revelation, because some people try to say that corporations run government, and you've come to the conclusion that government is corporation.
Is a corporation. Exactly.
Amazing. Hey, bro, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for calling in, man.
I'm sorry. You was not gonna ask me about the Kanye.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to just say this. I think Kanye buying Parler. I'm gonna tell you why I like it.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna say this like this: Kanye, he doesn't respect a lot of people's intelligence.
That's true.
So what happens is he almost has to dumb down his moves. He's not buying Parler for he's buying it for the humanoids to see for the headline.
Yes.
Because he's trying to flex.
Yes.
I think that's part of it.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing too. Kanye is he's a tenacious learner, so he may not know everything. But just like he said when they asked him the question, like, what are you gonna do when it comes to 2024? He's like, yo, I'll figure it out when I get there. So I think him buying Parler is just the beginning. I think he's gonna try to learn along the way. But for me, I mean, I think he needs to go 3.0, Web 3.0.
What is Web 3.0? What is Web 3.0?
Well, I'm a layman, but from what I understand, decentralization.
Okay,
decentralized.
That's not the definition I have, but maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Continue.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If he really wanted to get into the app and stuff like that, maybe he needs to go that route, Web 3.0. Just make sure it's like get into the blockchain of it all. But other than that, he is very tenacious. Like that. That's one. Like
so you're saying let's go decentralized with the whole social media situation.
Correct.
Interesting.
Correct. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to anyways. That's where it's going to come down to anyways. Because crypto, from what I understand, is just the currency part of it. But what about the IP? Right.
The IP, correct.
Right. Because the thing with Kanye is he's a very tenacious person. I think he looks at everybody and says, well, they said I was this, they said I was that, but they call me crazy, but I'm the one who's the billionaire. So let me just buy Parler, because these humanoids, they only understand money. They only understand the flexing part of it. Right. So I do like it because it's proactive. And Kanye, he only proves people wrong. I mean, he can be a contrarian, but he's like, okay, well, let me just buy this, and then we see where it could go.
You know, I'm the first one to argue people when I, disagree with something. But I think you have a very valid opinion. I appreciate that opinion. And I think it's valuable. You know, if you think this is a good thing, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, because you might be right.
Oh, no, Hotep, don't get it twisted. Like, I like it because it's proactive. So whoever is quote unquote liberal and this, that, and the third, they can sit back and talk all the crap they want to.
Yes.
He's at least he's moving the needle.
At least he's doing something.
At least he's doing something about something.
Yeah. I like your take where you said it's just for the headline, because now it sort of has to send people scrambling. The left is scrambling like, oh, my God, how does this change things? Like Kanye with his own social media app. There's probably, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter probably called meetings today after this announcement. Right. So I could respect that. I like that take.
I wouldn't say that. And that's not to diss Kanye. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they called meetings for this guy. Because just like you said, he still has to, like, if he could just get the cloud data, if he could just get all the other, get the actual technology.
Yeah, That's what he need to get. Yeah.
But Hotep, let me just say one more thing. Let me just say one more thing. Remember what he did this year. He sold his own hardware.
What do you mean?
The thing that he sold to play his music with.
Oh yes, the stream. What's it called? The stem player.
The stem player. So once again, we can't discount the fact that he might do all those stuff later on.
Right. Absolutely. 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 I just wouldn't have bought Parler the app. I would have just been like, yo, I got a Yay app on the way, right? And he could have got the same headline. But what do you think about the fact that maybe he was bailing out, Candace Owens' husband because the Parler app wasn't doing as good as some people might expect, or the fact that he got hoodwinked? That's what some people are saying.
Oh, he got beat over the head for even buying Parler.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that's a possibility, but at the same time, what we just witnessed the past several days is at least a business relationship, or if you scratch my back, I scratch yours, between him and Candace anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. And how big and how much in bed does that put him with the right?
With the right?
Yeah, I mean, Candace Owens, George Farmer. I mean, that pretty much puts him in business with the right.
Man, we all know Kanye is a contrarian. If you go watch that Fox News, he was dissing them in front of their face.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like he was dropping
the Nori interview
in front of
too.
this.
The Nori interview too.
Oh no, yeah. So basically, he brought it all together in the Nori interview.
Yeah.
He was basically saying, "Yo, listen, they look at me as some kind of zoo animal at Fox."
Mm-hmm.
And he basically had to dumb himself down and had to tell them, like, no, I do love y'all. But as far as him being on the right, that's why they had to use his name to then say Kanye bought Parler. Because as good as Candace Owens as good as her profile may be going up, she still needs that Yay stamp to still move the needle until she can, get into orbit. She still needs that rocket.
Yeah, she still needs the Yay effect.
Mm-hmm. But once again, I just like it because it's proactive.
Right.
Because after a 3-hour interview, everybody heard was, man, George Floyd, how could you say that? And it's like, man,
I don't think they watched the whole thing. I think everybody's just riffing off the clip. I don't think
that's their business.
And then Nori apologized today.
Nori took it as far as he could.
Yeah, he did.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, he
took
did.
it as far as he could.
Hold on. Where's that clip? Nori. I think it was Breakfast Club, right? Hopefully we got a clip here.
I didn't see the actual apology.
I'm gonna actually play the clip. Hey man, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, thank you, brother.
All right. Shout out to Scott calling in. My peeps asking for the number. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Hold on. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it because the chat might get weird. 202-596-5631. It's 202-596-5631. I don't know what the copyright rules are here for the Breakfast Club. But let's take a chance and see how Nori apologized.
Morning, everybody. It was so I was already inebriated at that time that maybe people looked over it. But I apologize to the George Floyd family. I apologize to anybody that was hurt by Kanye West.
Call from
Insight of the Ages.
to accept.
Inside of the Ages, you're online with Hotep Jesus. Talk to me. What's up, brother?
All right, how's it going?
Life is bueno.
I wanted to throw my 2 cents in here.
Please do.
So, the whole world is going up against some kind of a group that is obviously tightly connected.
Okay.
Whether it's just business dealings or collaboration, that type of thing. This is the antithesis of that. I mean, it has to happen that we need to start organizing. I mean, we can't think that Elon isn't involved in this and other people that are involved with Elon. We got all that stuff popping off in Austin. Joe Rogan, and people are trying to build like new media empires. This is the beginning stages of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think Parler was born out of the cancel. Like Parler was born
out of the cancel grift.
Like it got its right. So, and you saw what happened to them. They basically made Parler irrelevant because it was built on the back of Amazon.
Yeah.
AWS. So I get where you're going. I'm 100% in agreement with you on he should be more focused on the backbone, which I'm going to say I don't think he has let me put it this way. I think he's considered that. I think that's a big part of it, and certainly those conversations are going to take place because they had to start from scratch when they were kicked off AWS.
Right. Yeah.
So I see all these people sort of getting together and building something. I also agree with you on the point about, we don't really need any more apps. We've got the apps out there. If you really want to piss people off, I said this the other day in a super chat, they should start a bank. Like if you could see kids, trading Kanye bucks in the street, that would really piss off the elites. Because that's what Black Wall Street was all about, an alternate currency. Like, where's Black Wall Street? That today, I think, you wouldn't be able to touch it. You wouldn't be able to bomb it with planes like they did in the 20s.
That's a piece of Black Wall Street people don't talk about often, is the fact that they had their own currency.
That's the reason they were bombed with planes in the 20s. I mean, planes. They were barely on the world stage.
Yeah.
So this, and it drives me crazy that, I sat through a lot of Black history. I didn't mind it, but I would have liked to have heard something about Black Wall Street. I didn't hear about that until, Trump was in office. And then you start hearing people talking about, oh, wait, they went in and they destroyed a town. It wasn't like Black Wall Street. It was a free Wall Street. More than that, everybody was there making money because everybody was there doing economy freely,
commerce,
which to me I think should be like the number one Black issue is like, if I'm a hairdresser, I should be able to cut my neighbor's hairs without the government involved. To me, I think
here's the issue. Capitalism has been demonized in the in the world of Black intelligentsia, not the lower class, not the middle class, not the streets, not the hood, the upper intelligentsia who is making de facto decisions for us. And those people, as we saw with the Black Lives Matter leaders, are declared Marxists and socialists. So they're capitalists for themselves, but they don't push a capitalist agenda. In fact, that's how I became named Hotep, is because I said, how come we aren't looking at things like economics and commerce? And they said, well, capitalism's inherently white supremacist. And I said, what?
No.
Money is
inherently it's inherently neighborliness more than anything else. I got chickens, you got squash, let's trade.
Let's trade.
Like, to me, that's as basic as it can get. When they talk about, oh, we want to get back to an agrarian society. Well, that's a society where you and I can collaborate without anybody else in our business.
Yes. I mean, if we look at
Parler could end up like that. If they start doing money transactions like they are on Gab or anywhere else, or bring Syscoin online or some other thing, like that's going to be the new Black Street, and or Black Wall Street. It's going to have that same target on its back, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, you bring up a great point. Yecoin would be amazing. The thing is, when we talk about, Ye creating a bank, now we understand that because of the Monetary Control Act of 1980, all banks issuing and lending and receiving USD is under the jurisdiction of the Federal Reserve. So if Kanye West creates a new bank, is he issuing Fed notes or is he issuing Yecoin? In your world, I would
say he's issuing Liberty. I would say issuing Liberty. I think monetary policy and the fact that the government controls any of that stuff is about as unconstitutional as you can get. Like not being it, having the control of money is control over our votes. I mean, the Supreme Court just ruled not too long ago that people could express themselves with money, so they allow these people to just spend billions of dollars promoting these candidates because it's freedom of speech. Well, if they're controlling our money, then we're not free to express ourselves with our money. But like, in these other countries where they're getting ready to crack down on speech up to and leading to an election, it's like, no, you know what? Our voice is allowed to affect an election. A lie is allowed to affect an election. Money should be allowed to affect an election, and we should be free to express all of those things the way that we see fit. These guys have rigged the game. It's the only way they can win.
Absolutely. That they definitely have. Socialists and communists go hand in hand. I've said it time and time again. Hey, any more insight before I let you go? Inside of the ages.
No, I appreciate your time. I'm glad you guys are doing what you're doing. I really appreciate it, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill, yo, appreciate you, man. That's Inside of the Ages, y'all. Very, very insightful individual. I know somebody else was trying to call in. I had to send you the voicemail. Call back. Phone number is 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. Laughing Dog, he said, telling how we never get to celebrate. Haram, Rhodes, Revels, Bass, Reeves, Herman Cain, Ben Carson, Kanye, Soul. What a list.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send.
You online with Hotep Jesus? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? What's up?
All right, so Kanye, Parler, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, dude, none of these things are going to help us get to where we need to get. This is all controlled opposition bullshit that we're being given. It's being handed to us as if it's something that's going to save us, something that's the alternative. It's all false, okay? Until we get rid of the Jesuits, until we get rid of the people really pulling the strings, none of this shit matters.
Wait. Back up. You said Joe Rogan and Kanye West are controlled opposition?
100%. 100%. You think any of these people, hey, look, man, no one gets to that position in life with that amount of fiat currency, that type of platform, that type of, media pushing them, whether they try to push them in a bad light or good light, it doesn't matter. It's one and the same. These people are given to us to just subdue the public. It's the same game over and over and over.
But people say that about me. People say
that about you if you were on the same level as Joe Rogan. They're not gonna platform you, dude. They're not gonna put you at the same level of those people because of the things you talk about.
I don't think
Joe Rogan.
I don't think they put Joe Rogan there. I think Joe Rogan put himself there. I don't think Kanye got put there. I think Kanye put himself there. Like, these individuals worked hard to get there. For example, I was on Greg Gutfeld, and a bunch of people called me controlled opposition because they're like, how is Hotep Jesus on Greg Gutfeld? I was on Tim Pool, InfoWars, Rogan, and people called me controlled opposition because I was able to get on these platforms. And they're like, how is he able to get on these platforms? I think sometimes it's just that in some corporations, there's good people who pull strings, like Greg Gutfeld. Greg Gutfeld has power at Fox. Greg Gutfeld likes me. He's been following me for a while. I followed him back. I think he's a good guy. And I think Greg Gutfeld goes...
Move for these people. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Greg Gutfeld... What's a smart move?
It's smart on behalf of those people to get guys like you on there to give the perception that they are not controlled opposition. They need to get people they need to sprinkle people like you here like people like you in there, here and there. Okay.
So why can't Kanye and Rogan fall into something like that?
Because to get into that industry, let's take rap for example. I can cite about 1 million. You can pull up 1 million different people talking about the industry and the certain type of things you have to do in that industry to be elevated. You can work here. I'm not saying these people don't work hard. I'm not saying they're not talented. What I am saying is there's certain deals and certain things you have to do, okay, cremation of care type acts that you have to do to be elevated and to get the type of power that these people have now.
I get that.
So,
I get that, but how are they controlled opposition?
well, let me ask you this, Greg Gutfeld. Okay, I don't watch Fox that much. How much power and control does that man really have to speak on actual things? Let's take the jab, for example. How much power and control does that guy have to speak freely? Can he speak freely? I don't think so.
I mean, we can talk about, that day in New York City, right? Not a lot of people can talk freely about it. I don't feel comfortable talking freely about it. What does that say about me? Where, at one point in my career, I'm like, yo, what happened to Building 7? And now I'm like, yo, I don't know what happened. What is it?
Because it's you have to play within the. I'm not saying for somebody like you, you start talking about that, like we were to start talking about that right now on the live stream, you already know what's going to happen. If we start really going into the jab, you already know what's going to happen. But that goes to my point of.
So why should Greg Gutfeld risk his career to talk about something?
Well, that's the point, man. That's the problem. Oh, I don't want to talk about this because it'll risk my career. We got to stop feeding into these people as if they're going to be our savior. Elon Musk isn't the savior. Captain Operation Warp Speed, Trump, is not the savior. None of these people are our saviors. I mean, cryptocurrency, blockchain, just the name alone, I don't want to be chained to anything. Like, how is that going to decentralize? How is that going to give us any power? At any moment, the real people with the real juice can flip the plug on that shit. It's all fucking digital.
How?
And it's all. What do you mean how? It's all connected to the web, man. It's all interconnected. We have no control over that. We didn't build that. They can flip that shit off. They could do that yesterday. How do we really have faith in that? You can have faith in gold and silver, something physical, something that actually has some type of value. But how am I going to put my trust and my faith in Elon Musk, a guy that wants to put microchips in our brain, or something called the blockchain? I don't trust any of it because these are the same people that are putting this as the alternative are the same people that put out the plan that's been carried out the past couple of years, about 20 years ago, in all the documents. So why am I going to trust any of this shit?
You argue a tough case there. The only thing I can say is I don't think it's in their best interest to shut off access to the internet. In fact, it's not in their best interest to shut off the internet. You know what would happen if they shut off if they shut off the internet? If they shut off the internet, hold on, I'm gonna tell you exactly what would happen if they shut off the internet for a week. If they shut off the internet for a week, people would wake up. Because what you need is you need a cleanse from this social media. You need a cleanse from the programming. It is the internet that is keeping people programmed and chained to their propaganda. So it's sort of like for them, it's a gift and a curse. Yeah, some people can use it to get their freedom, but at the same time, this is the apparatus we're using to keep people chained. So I see blockchain as being a good net good.
Oh, listen, I'm so jaded and black-pilled. I hope to God you're right. But let me tell you what I think would happen if they shut the internet down. I think we've been so conditioned and softened as a people. Doesn't matter if it's this country, the whole world, the world as a whole. What would happen is it'd be mass chaos. People wouldn't know what to do with themselves. There would be no waking up because the people that have woken up, they did their waking up in the past couple of years. All the rest, they're not going to wake up. I'm sorry. I wish they would. I have zero friends left. I got zero family members left in the last 2 years. Look, man, you can what's the saying? You can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink, right?
Yeah.
These are the same people you tell them the sun's hot and they'll try to debate you. Okay, there's no saving these people. It's the God's honest truth, man. There's no saving these people. We got to save ourselves. I have conversations with people. Oh, Trump's trying to restore the republic. Trump wants us to all become state nationals. Oh, you got to decode this, decode that. Oh, Q said this, Q said that. Fuck out of here. You people, Operation Trust, you fucking idiot. You guys got hoodwinked. You got fucking hoodwinked. I told people from the jump with that Q shit. You're getting fucking hoodwinked.
You're not voting for Donald Trump You're not voting for Donald Trump in 2024?
Oh my God. Yeah. Captain Warp Speed. first of all, none of our votes matter until we get out.
No, forget that. Why you not vote for Trump? You want the Democrats to win the next election?
Oh my God! Because there is no. They select the people. They gave us Trump. Fucking Operation Trust Trump, man.
Listen,
they gave us him.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm telling you what,
let me ask you a question. Did your bank account look better under Trump or worse?
You mean the false fiat currency, fractional reserve banking controlled by not the Rockefellers, not the Rothschilds. Those are the middle management. You know, I just listened to Tommy Sotomayor talk about the difference between white people and the Jays. Well, let me tell you something. The Jays are middle management, okay? Look at the Jesuits. Look at the Merovingians.
Hold on. You getting off topic. Was your bank account bigger? Was your bank account bigger under Trump? That's all I care about. That's all I care about, okay?
No, I do too. The problem is, it's a falsity. They gave us everything. None of this is organic. Trump wasn't organic. No, fuck no, he wasn't organic. He agent of chaos. And let me tell you what's going to happen right now.
So why are they banning him from everything? If he wasn't organic, why are they banning him from everything?
Because
that's controlled ops?
Yes, they need. Let me tell you know, Trump paid off 4, 5, 6 families of little kids for sexual assault allegations. They're trying to.
So did Michael
Trump
Jackson.
Okay.
That don't make it true.
Right. Hold on a second. They have been creating a narrative over the past 4, 5, 6 years of attacking Trump and making Trump right about everything.
Yeah, I think you went too deep, yo. I think you're Kufi on. I think you're 10-4 Kufi on too tight, man.
Listen to me, man.
You know, sometimes what happens is when people get red pilled, they get red pilled too far. The truth is somewhere in between where you're at, right? It's somewhere in between.
Look,
it's like you went from the lie to the truth, then you skipped over the truth and then went into like Q land.
No. I'm the opposite of Q land. This is what I'm saying. They are making Trump out to be the great white hope, the great savior. Okay? They have demonized him, meaning the media and all the powers that be, on purpose. He was put there on purpose. You don't rise to that level without being compromised. That is the God's honest truth. And what they're doing right now is they have did all these ridiculous attacks against him, and everything he said is proven to be true.
Yeah.
Okay? And that is that is making him out to be, when he makes his return, which he's going to, they're going to reinsert him. It's going to be mass chaos. And this guy still hasn't called out what the Jabs are doing, man. This guy is still pushing that shit. So,
right.
I mean,
hey, listen, man, I appreciate you for calling in. We got to agree to disagree. Keep watching the channel. Stay tuned. But I think, we gotta bring you back to Hotep land a little bit more.
Listen, you're going to come around to my side. You're going to be a state national, man. That's the only way.
I hear you.
Republic. Only way, man. All right, bro.
All right, thanks, man. Yeah, man, that caller is wild. Sergeant Hotto, if you can replace the J word with the word whites, and it wouldn't be a big deal, then it ain't anti-Semitism or racism, in my opinion. Oh, my God. Lord Jesus, what is wrong with y'all? You guys are trying to get my channel banned here. You're trying to get my channel banned here. Jesus Christ. Calling number. I'm going to take a couple more callers. 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. You know, I like what that last caller had to say, though. I like what he had to say. You know, I think he's doing a lot better than most people as far as thinking is concerned.
Call from
Steph Colonel.
To accept, press 1.
Steph Colonel, what's up? You online with
How's it
Hotep
going,
Jesus? Man? I'm good, man. Talk to me. What's up with this whole Ye situation, man?
Listen, I got my koofies on a little tight. Not as much as the last caller, but it's on a little tight. Okay. And I think you kind of said it earlier. Like, it seems like he's buying it because it seems like he's essentially bailing out Candace Owens. Essentially, it's like a grift for a grift, right? Like, remember the other day I said that Ye was
really grifting off of Candace more so than Candace grifting off of Ye when
You did say that.
when they went on the White Lives Matter shirt and whatnot.
You definitely said that.
I feel like now it's like they got some kind of like grift cycle going on. Because to me, it's just like why are you worrying about buying a social media app, and especially Parler at that? Like Parler wasn't making headway, wasn't making waves really that much when it dropped. So it's like, why are you all of a sudden like, why are you gonna buy this app right now? You know, it's just weird, and especially in his circumstance. You know, he's getting ready. I guess he's getting ready to terminate his relationship with J.P. Morgan and whatnot, and he's moving like a shit ton of money somewhere. But he could, just like I said, start his own bank. There's so many things you can do there's so many things that you could do that can make this situation make things better for people in the long term. And I feel like buying, just like you said, buying the app instead of buying like infrastructure, or instead of supporting current infrastructure, for example, like like Gab, or shit, come fuck with the Hoteps, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come mess with us, like, you know, like, come with the winning team. The winning team lives over here. I don't mess with men of order, like something, like, you know, it just moves to me. It just doesn't make sense, and I feel like, just like you said, it's just one hand washing the other, one grift washing the other. It's like, and they just going to keep grifting off of each other until they can't get any more out of each other, you know?
Somebody in the chat said grift pro quo. Shout out to Carlos Africa. Oh,
exactly.
man.
Like that's the only sense I can make out of it. 'Cause I thought, even when I saw the headline, I thought someone was trolling earlier when they said he was buying Parler. I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, it's just weird. It just doesn't make sense. My kufi's on a little tight. Something isn't sitting right with me with this. But if it moves forward, we'll just see how it plays out. You know?
The whole Kanye situation, I'm enjoying it. I'm just sitting back and watching. And I'm looking to see as each chapter unravels. You know, we went from chapter 1 to chapter White Lives Matter to chapter Jewish media. You know, now we're in chapter Parler. You know, what's the next chapter? I'm just enjoying the novel as it unravels, man. Hey,
exactly. Man. Like honestly, I feel like Kanye needs to. We were talking about bringing back Black Wall Street. Start that shit right in Wyoming, where the ranch is. Start it out there. Bring it out there. You know. Do something that's actually going to be meaningful for the future. You know.
Let's make it decentralized. I think we should make it decentralized so everybody in the world can participate.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to add to the last caller, I feel a sentiments where he feels like he's not trusting in certain things, but it's just like you can't just everybody can't just all of a sudden be control opposition because they said or did one wrong thing that you don't agree with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, the part that disturbed me was Trump being controlled opposition. And I think there's a very fine line out here as to, okay, so for example, what is a fact, right? There is the truth, and then there is the social truth, right? So for example, if I were to say Japan was responsible for Pearl Harbor, most of the people are going to go, yes, that's true. Now, if I say, yo, we allowed Pearl Harbor to happen, that's a book fact with plausible evidence, right?
Right.
Even when you go look at the different hearings and such. However, you're not allowed to say that because you'll look crazy. So I think some people understand the difference between a fact and a social fact. And they stay inside the lines of social facts so that they can still be effective in connecting with people. Because if you go against all the social facts, like dude, that was the last caller, he's against all the social facts. And I can't say he's wrong. However, how many people is he going to be able to connect with? You got to meet people where they are. And I think that's the game that Trump, Rogan, and even myself, this is the game we're playing. Oh, is this the authorized truth? Okay, cool. I'm with that. Is a certain line I'm going to draw, and that line happens to be with the medication that they try to push on us the last few years. I'm drawing the line there, and I drew the line there before. Once you start messing with health, there's nothing coming back from that. So I'm always going to draw the line in health. The other things, I think there's a gray area. There's a gray area when we start talking about money. There's a whole bunch of different gradations when we start talking about money and currencies and because when you start talking about currencies, now it's like which currency, right? And who's controlling it, and what's decentralized, and what does decentralized really mean, and who's controlling, the blockchain, and it's just a bigger, larger conversation, But hey, man, thanks for calling in, bro.
Hey, man, thanks for taking my call, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, Hotep and Bill, bro.
Hotep and Bill, man. See.
That's Steph Colonel. One of our day ones here. The Hood Haitian 305. He said, I'm 45 and just realizing the effects of the black communist infiltration on all melanated groups in the USA. See? He understands. He sees it. Black Panther Party was a victim of that. Martin Luther King Jr. was a victim of that. Martin Luther King Jr. was sitting in meetings with communists. I'm not sure if he was believing in it. I don't think they were able to convince him to be a full-on communist, but he was in on it. Or at least in on the meetings.
Call from
Hotep Nebuchadnezzar.
FBI, what up? Talk to me.
Yo,
what's good, bro?
Sometimes you gotta make sure that you stretch the kufi out a little bit so it doesn't tighten up too much on your head, make some of your brains leak out. But no, I think it's really important what you said about like sticking to the things. Like there are some of these official narratives that ultimately, at the end of the day, apart from like some of the stuff with the Patriot Act and things like that get to where it starts to infringe on our own, personal liberties, spying and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But some of the other stuff, where there are WMDs, like, yeah, I mean, okay, what's that going to do in my day to day?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the OSHA mandate and the jab and that stuff and some of those other things, like that's where you have to draw a line, because that's the enemy is at the gate.
Mm-hmm.
This other stuff, it's more of, back to some more of that Sun Tzu, art of war type of terminology and big picture thinking. If the enemy is far off, what we have to figure out how we can best strategize to defend ourselves and to outflank them. But you can't do that by running around waving banners and running naked in the field, screaming and beating a drum.
Yeah.
You have to be measured, and you have to be careful. And like, Khalid Muhammad said, you have to recognize that you are behind enemy lines, and you don't, if you're in a prison, you don't, dig your tunnel out of the prison in front of the guards. You got to find a way to do that stuff. You got to speak in codes, and you got to do all your shit that you're doing when they're not looking.
Exactly.
Some of this stuff, I understand, like that whole narrative about some of these people being controlled opposition, but I really think that there's a certain point where, to the extent that, yes, some of these people are lost, and like that caller was talking about, that he's lost like friends and family members to the wokeness. I think people like Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, even like Gutfeld and some of the other folks at Fox that have kind of their foot holding the back door open to let people in, to get some narratives out there that people need to see. I think if they weren't doing what they're doing, that stuff would be so memory hold.
Yes.
We wouldn't even know about it.
Yes.
And I think that's the critical role that those folks play, is allowing a window into that, even if it's a little obscured by code language or by maybe, like you said, the social truth, kind of dancing around those edges so that you don't like dump people into the deep end of the pool, off rip. You gotta wade your way into some of this stuff and get these messages out to people in a way that they can start to wake up, without without a shock to their system.
No, my thing is with the whole Trump and Operation Warp Speed was, I don't care if he was coming out with a poop machine or whatever it is. Like, you're allowed to create things and bringing them into this world. But people keep missing the fact that he specifically said this is optional, right? This is optional. If he comes out with, if Elon comes out with a microchip tomorrow, I don't like it. I'm going to talk about it. But I'm not going to throw Elon away because of one invention, because I might want to get his phone, right? I might want to get one of them Tesla cars. I might, want to get the Starlink service. I don't know, but I'm compartmentalizing and categorizing everything when it comes to people. I'm adding nuance. So, but as long as Elon doesn't go, hey, this is mandatory, I'm cool with it. However, I can be prescient and say, listen, Elon's going to die one day. And everybody's going to get one of his chips in their brain because they will mandate it. But I think the conversations about mandates, the conversations about the judicial system, the Supreme Court and the decisions that they're making. And I don't hear people having those conversations. People are always worried about the players, right? They're worried about Rogan. They're worried about Gutfeld. They're worried about Trump. And I'm like, you got to take a civics class. Congress is the one with all the power. And then it's the Supreme Court. Like, Supreme Court's keeping everybody checks and balances, right? So I don't agree with the whole, hey, Trump is control opposition, because if it's control opposition, they wouldn't go through these lengths, FBI raiding this thing, whatever. They wouldn't come down on Alex Jones the way they did. That was completely unfair because of something he said on the radio. Like, people's lives weren't affected by something that, a minority of people listen to on Alex Jones radio. Like, what? Like, what? $1 billion because your feelings were hurt from a station nobody listens to? And that's not a diss on Alex Jones, because he's got millions of viewers. He's got millions of listeners, right? He's syndicated in many different radio stations, and some of them have taken him offline, right?
Yeah.
However, when we think about mainstream, nobody like, if I was to fucking go to Newark, New Jersey and ask people, you listen to Alex Jones? They're like, who? This is a small minority segment. So how are your feelings hurt? You wasn't tuned into InfoWars when this shit happened.
I was going to say, somebody had to send them a link for them to get offended in the first place.
Right. Like, somebody had to send that to you to have your feelings hurt.
Yeah, well, and the other thing too, like you were talking about, like Elon and all this other stuff. I think one of the things that's interesting is people will get all up in arms about some of these different approaches or these, whether they call these people controlled opposition or whatever else. Meanwhile, they have all their subscriptions to all the actual opposition. They got their Disney subscription and everything. Yeah. They got their old, because I was telling my dad and I were talking. We were just talking about this a little while ago. I spent some time with him at lunch, and we're talking about like ABC Family. I don't know if anybody remembers ABC Family back in the day. Was like it was called ABC Family, and it was supposed to be like family programming. Yeah. And about 20 to 25 years ago, they started this rapid progression towards something else, and it was they would have the Christmas movies on like 25 days, December 1st through December 25th. They'd have like every Christmas movie you could imagine. And then what you started to see was in the commercials, they'd start sneaking in. There was this little agenda stuff starting to sneak, promoting their other shows that were starting to show up on ABC Family. And it was still ABC Family. Then it turned into Freeform. And now it's called Freeform, but they still had that contract with the Christmas movies. And so people, you would still DVR like, oh yeah, I want to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, or I want to watch Miracle on 34th Street, or whatever. What's the one? It's a Wonderful Life. Almost said Life is Beautiful. But anyway, you watch those, and then while you're watching the recording, you see the commercials pop up, and you're like, whoa, what is this? Why is this in It's a Wonderful Life? And now Freeform has just like some straight up P shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's like you stuff building and you can see it, and that's Disney. Mm-hmm. And so like that's you still go to Disneyland, still go to Disney World. Like it's.
I don't think our last caller, not the one before Steph Corona, I don't think he goes to Disney. I don't think he has a Netflix subscription. No. He's definitely like Ruby Ridge prepping right now.
Right. Right.
I just
for
want to
sure.
make sure
But
everybody's clear on that.
Yeah.
But there
are
are
a lot of-
people like what you're
Yeah.
saying, that are like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say, and I think
No, I
you're
just
right.
wanted to make that clear.
He was very much onto a lot of stuff, but there is sometimes you can't go too far where the folks who are they're like, look, man, yes, I get it, but I can't say that shit out loud. Like, I get it, like, but if I can just keep saying this stuff, maybe I can get enough people to where we can have a critical mass. Because the real reality is, like, this stuff is all cultural. The reason this stuff got the way that it is, the stuff that is allowed now and the stuff that isn't allowed now is completely flipped from what it was 75 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's because over a long period of time, the culture changed.
Yep.
And this is our fault because we have allowed it to be this way. We have bought into this stuff. And so if it takes some folks, appearing as controlled opposition, but what they're trying to do is, steer the ship without flipping it over back in the other direction, changing the culture one mind at a time, then that's what's got to happen. That's what, and I'm not gonna be the one calling those guys the bad guys when the pure evil is right there for everybody to see in plain day.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. You're listening to Patriot Radio XM with your host, Hotep Jesus. Oh, man, that's Chad from Aquarian Anarchy Podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to Aquarian Anarchy Podcast, Men of Water. Hey, appreciate you for calling, and I'm going to try to take a few more calls before I get out of here, bro.
Yeah, peace.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
Oh, my God. Chad dropping bombs. Shout out to Greg with 2 G's dropping the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know about the whole controlled opposition. I was in a room with 4 celebrities. I'm not going to say any names because I don't need people knowing what celebrities I hang out with or hung out with. I was in a room with 4 of your favorite celebrities. 4 of them. And the shit we said in that room, like, dog, I'm telling you right now, I had my phone on me. I turned my phone off. Because the conversation we had was very, very candid. Very candid.
Call from
Markel.
Markel, you're on with Hotep Jesus. Talk to me, bro.
Hey, bro, appreciate you picking up. I just want to say real quick, because I am working and I'm driving right now.
Yeah.
These folks are looking at me sideways, but I just wanted to say about, like, the Kanye thing is interesting and people talking about the banks and old boy who had his kufi on way too tight. He did have some things to say that, were about, like, hey, bro, just loosen the strap up on the kufi a little bit, But the banking thing is interesting to me because, a guy like Kanye, one thing we do know about how Wall Street moves is as long as you're bringing liquidity to the party, they will play. And, a lot of people don't realize that the Fed doesn't actually print money. They facilitate the printing of money. It's commercial banking that actually creates the money and pushes more money into the money supply. And so a guy like Kanye, he could really be affecting that. And one of two things could happen is he can put money behind things like, what you're trying to build and Men of Order and stuff like that to get these, what do they call the parallel economy going, jump-started with the artificial interest. All the shit that they do, he could be doing it in his own way. And the other thing that could happen is they'd have to tighten up on the monetary policy and make it harder for them to be doing that type of shit. So either way, to me, that's a good thing.
Have you read the Patriot Report yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay. You're not black pilled on that strategy yet? Because after reading the, you think there's still some hope? As far as like legislating out some of the Fed power?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think because we've already seen, it's possible. Okay. I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight or anything, but if a guy like Kanye goes in there and disrupts that whole system, once you get an outcome, because look what Trump did to the politics. He disrupted it, and now they don't know what to do.
But you see what they did to Kennedy. You see what they did to Kennedy. You see what they did to Lincoln.
That's true. That's true. But hey, I ain't gonna do it. But if somebody wants to step into that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I'll back them. You know, but yeah. I mean, that's really it. But and also, this is a perfect opportunity for these blockchain companies to be getting behind Kanye's Parler purchase and be like, hey, we'll facilitate this, blah, blah, blah. Come check out what we can do. But they're all quiet on this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But why?
Right.
This is a great opportunity for you guys to really show the world your wares. The people who don't even know what blockchain is, this is a perfect opportunity. And that's one of the frustrations, I think, with crypto that I've had since getting into the space, a couple of years ago. There's not a lot of real leaders in the space. You know what I mean?
Just
who
chilling.
Step out and
chilling.
Yeah, exactly. They're grifting. I mean, and more power to them.
Yeah, well, you can't hate on the grift, right?
Yeah, you can't hate on the grift. But I mean, come on, guys. Take the opportunities when they arise. So.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Tell Kanye, call Syscoin. Let's make some things happen. Absolutely, I get it.
Hey, I didn't want to say it, but yes, I was like, Syscoin, get in there, man.
Yeah.
Because that would be a great lane into the Hoteps, which he needs to be anyway.
Hey, it's gonna happen. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen, and when it happens, it'll happen gloriously.
Absolutely.
Everything happens on God's time. Hey, man, I thank you for calling in, man. I'm going to get to that 571 caller that's been trying to get in. So I'm going to hold the spot for them. Thank you for calling in, bro.
All right, peace.
We got a celebrity in the chat. Project Rook. How will Apple and Google respond when Ye goes on one of his rants on Parler? That's a very good question. 571, go ahead and call back. I know I've been missing your calls because, you just kind of been late. Some people have been beating you to the buzzer. I see you here. So 571, please call back in so we can get you on the line. I want to hear your thoughts through me. But I don't, blockchain and celebrities. Here's 571 right here. Hold on.
Call from
Lonzo, you're finally on with Hotep Jesus. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, I didn't know you could see the numbers, bro. You probably think I'm crazy.
Nah.
I didn't know you could see the numbers.
Oh, yeah, we can see the numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? I got the feds running this whole thing.
Yeah, man, I was a little long-winded last time, but I'm going to keep it short this time, bro. I think Kanye is doing the absolute right thing, whether he knows it or not, and he probably doesn't.
Okay, why do you think he's doing the right thing?
Because, bro, I'm in the belly of the beast right now. I'm at Seattle Central College, and I'm in this anthropology class, and I can see people wanting to have an opinion and say this and say that, and they all 18, fresh out of high school. And me the other day,
you're a student there.
That's right.
Okay.
And my professor showed, but I'm a lot older than the other students,
right?
Like 28.
Okay.
My professor showed a graph of over history, and it went up and down. And so because you can't come out and outright say anything, you got to feign like you asking a question. So I raised my hand and go, it's been fluctuating throughout the earth. That's really interesting.
Wait, say that again. You cut out.
I said climate has been fluctuating well before the invention of the steam engine. That's interesting. It's all like this is a natural process. Mm-hmm. And her face scrunched up when I said that because she didn't have an answer for it, and she saw where I was going. The kids didn't know I was making a statement, not asking a question, but she saw through that I was making a statement. And ever since then, I seen the look on some of the kids' faces. They've been okay to question shit, and what Kanye's doing is kind of the same thing. We're seeing God bleed. We're seeing the social media corporations, because it's like they run a gang, and it's like 30% of everybody's cut, and if you don't like that, bump you. And too many people. You know what I'm saying? It's like
the beast that people thought was unbeatable is now bleeding.
Yeah, bro. They're creating in a force one by one. Like I wish they had canceled Joe Rogan. I wish Joe Rogan went to Rumble. Thing the monster that's making us stronger. Every time they not as
you cutting out.
That's how they want you, bro. My fault. Hello?
Yeah. You said that's how they want you. What?
Like, bro, from before. That's how they want you. They want you disheartened and hopeless. They're not as powerful as they seem, bro.
Yes.
They're a matador trying to control a bull. We are the bull. And you can get tricked into thinking like, oh, it's not impossible. They have the harder job. They happen to have a lot of things on their side, like television and movies and shit like that. But this is a very fine problem they're trying to diffuse. This is a very wild bull. They're trying to control, bro. And never get disheartened, because it kind of hurt to hear bro said he has no family, no friends, bro. That's how they want you. They want you crazy and disheartened, and they run every single thing and everything, and we already lost, bro. That's how they want you, bro.
So true. You right. They're trying to separate us from each other. Real fast, Hotep Nation is supporting the homeschooling community. We have officially signed a deal into partnership with Home Hacker Camp, robotics and programming classes and camp's curriculum. We've raised so far this year $12,000 approximately. Shout out to all our donors making this happen and making these kids happy. And basically what we did was we told this entity that we want to serve the underserved community. You know, whoever can't afford these classes, we'll sponsor them. So far we have sponsored 11 kids who are now going to be introduced into tech, who otherwise would not have been introduced to tech, because I think the battleground is going to be in tech. Speaking of tech, while we're on this conversation, shameless plug.
That's dope, man. That's dope. It starts at school, because being in college this late in the game after I've already become the man that I am, bro, you can see clearly than anybody could ever put it into words. It is a process of downloading opinions into people's brains, bro.
Yes.
And to start a school where you intentionally let people be free thinkers, and you are doing more than you could ever imagine, because you're setting a person up for a life of independent thought. Versus their opponents, their rivals, are the exact opposite. You know, it's like a race where one car is going forward and the other car isn't just standing still; it's going in the wrong direction. So you're creating extremely powerful people.
Yes.
But and I'm gonna get out of here soon because I don't like to take up a lot of time. But you said something earlier that I know you said there's too many Twitter clones and stuff.
Yeah.
But what about an app called Grifty, and all of your tweets are called Grist, and nobody can ever hold you to the sword for anything, because inherently the name of the app is self-admittedly a grift. I didn't say that. I'm grifting. I'm grifting. It's like hands up. You know what I mean? Non-liability. Oh no. The app is grifty. These are grifts. What are you talking about?
Oh wow.
But anyway, man, I'm gonna get out of here, bro. If you ever I got a Don. Oh, shit, that made my day, bro. If you ever make any bread off that, man, hit me up. I'll catch you later, bro. Hotep.
All right, yo, no doubt. Catch you next time. Hotep and Bill. Yeah, we gonna break you off with 0.00001% of that idea. It's like, nah.
Call from
Billy.
Billy, you talking to Hotep Jesus. What's up, man?
Oh man, I made it through. Hotep, what up?
You here, man? What's up? Talk to me, bro.
Hey man, I just got a question, man. But like with the Kanye thing, we keep talking right and left, but when we gonna make our own party or something like that?
Oh, all right. So
we keep fighting. We want to work with this white guy or the other white guy. Why don't we just create our own black party and just move forward with the best black thinkers?
All right. So let me break that down for you, because it's some nuance to that, right? So here's the thing. First, you have to separate federal from local. Okay. I think that idea is more effective locally than federally, and I'll explain federally why in a moment. Locally, you could call your shit, the Black Party, right? And you could run in a black party as long as you get more voters. You now have the black party in your local vicinity, and you guys run your government. The thing is, it has to start local. It can't just jump to federal. It has to start with, even when we look at how Mises took over the Libertarian Party. Mises has over 50 chapters now in the United States, right? And the Libertarian is the third party. And it was run by, I think they're saying establishment people or something like that. But Mises started locally, chapter by chapter, little by little, right? And they got one in all 50 states. And they've pretty much taken over. Now, I think Dave Smith runs that now. So now it's theirs, like they run that. You can do the same thing with all these other parties. It's like you don't exactly have to create a new party. You could just take over their party. But let's say you did want to do something federally. The problem is, number one, funding. Number two is campaign support. And you got to listen to Sonny Johnson for some of this because she's my mentor and guru when it comes to these things. But what happens is, when a candidate is about to run in a vicinity, there's a certain voting block that's already accounted for that party. The Democrats can go, okay, we have this amount of people and a bunch of old ladies who sit around and make phone calls all day, right? And, they just know that these people have pledged supreme loyalty to that party. The people that they're trying to convince are the people that don't usually vote, or their vote changes from election to election. These are the people. This is a very small group of people. So it's like, it's still a lot of local work to be done to fight that fight. So it's not about creating a party. It's more about, can you do it in your town?
Okay. I see what you're saying. So let me ask you this, though, with the whole Kanye thing and what he has going on, where do you stand on it? Like, would you vote for him, or would you just standing on the fence with it?
I'm waiting for somebody to cut me the check. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing free.
If when 2024 come around, if a Democrat runs, a Libertarian runs, Trump runs, and Kanye runs, I'm holding out. I'm a free agent. Who cut me a check to support him? I got political influence, right? So I'm not saying I'm a vote for Ye when Trump might cut me a check. I don't want to cut out those possibilities.
Yeah,
and the way Ye running, I don't know if I could trust him as a politician. I feel
like he's open.
Yes, but I don't like the decisions he's been making. The decisions he's been making, I can't trust him as president right now. Not until I have a conversation with him.
Got you. I respect it.
I can't respect the people he's put around him over the past few years.
I thought you rock with Candace Owens, though.
I like Candace.
You ain't sound too sure about that. You ain't sound too sure.
I'm just saying, if Kanye were to platform Sonny Johnson, if Kanye were to platform King Randall, X for Boys, I'd fuck with him. I'd be on board 100%. But he hasn't platformed what me and Uncle Hotep would deem real niggas. I need some real niggas on his platform. Who has he platformed? Who is he giving a platform to?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about who you surround yourself with.
Like, I need people who are gonna call it straight. Like, Candace is cool, but she's not gonna call it straight. She's calling it from the Republican point of view.
Yeah, didn't she used to be a Democrat though? But I guess that's unrelated. So, like you said, solid people. Just one last question, man. I love what you're doing. I love it, man. And I see you're men of order, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know, how can I get on there as a contributor or writer? Because I'm a writer. So how
you're a writer. Great. We'd love to have you. Contact Aunt Bailey or Chad. Actually tag me and I'll get you in contact with the guys. Tag me on Twitter. Just tag me on Twitter. Say, yo, Hotep, I'm the guy that wanted to write for Men of Order, and I'll put you in contact with our guys.
I appreciate that, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Yo, I'm from Jersey too, so Jersey all day.
Gang. Let's go. All right, bro. Jersey in the house. Shout out to my Jersey brothers. Yeah, I like Kanye's platform and everything. I just, I need to see more before I can say I'm on the Kanye train. It's going to take more than hot music and great fashion sense and rhetoric. I love his rhetoric. I love the things he's saying. I love how he's shaking it up. However, I need more than that. I need more than that to say, yo, I'm rocking with you. I need more than to say, hey, we all black, right? No, you could be black and fuck this country up. You could be black and be a bad leader. When we talk about leadership, and I've said this before, when I'm a dictator or president of the United States of America, as my chess coach would like me to be, I don't want you to judge me based upon my rhetoric. I want you to judge me based upon my counsel. Because when I'm dictator, I'm depending on my counsel. Who's going to be my gun guy? Who's going to be my defense guy? Who's going to be my attorney guy? So I have to judge Kanye based upon his counsel. And right now, his counsel doesn't impress me. I don't even know who's in his counsel. The only person in his counsel right now is Candace Owens. And he gets a D- for that pick.
Call from
Hobo Sermons.
What? Yo, you on the line with Hotep Jesus. What's up, man?
What's up, man? My name's Hobo Sermons, Hobo.
Oh, what's up,
Hobo.
man? Talk to me. What do you think about this whole Kanye situation?
The Kanye situation, I don't know. It's just another celebrity. I wanted to mention something about PayPal and alternatives to PayPal.
Okay.
Because, Rumble is still, their payout system is PayPal based.
Yeah.
So how free speech are they when they're still stuck in that?
This is
there
why.
There is an alternative to PayPal.
This is why I can't go to these platforms, because they're not all the way there yet. I told niggas earlier, I got to wait until they're all the way there.
Exactly. But for people that have a business or are looking to send money for whatever, buying or selling whatever they make online, there's two very good alternatives. One of them is payoneer.com, Pay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
Neer. Yeah. And of course, the other one most people don't know is buymeacoffee.com.
Oh yeah.
Really easy way. And they don't fuck with PayPal because they rejected their terms. Buymeacoffee.com said PayPal said you got to do it like this, and I said, yeah, no, we're not going to do any business.
So how do these services integrate with other platforms?
I have no idea. That's up to the coders and the developers.
That's a huge thing, right? Like, so for example,
it is a huge thing.
When I connect to Google cuts that check directly to my bank account, right? Well, I'm sure, even the same thing with Patreon, they're cutting that, but some platforms are using Stripe, right? So Payoneer, what is it? Like, if you want to support somebody, they create an account on Payoneer and you can support them on Payoneer, or they can support them on buymeacoffee.com. Is that just how it works? You just send them money there instead of like Cash App or something like that?
Yeah. There's Cash App's another example. It's just that you have to get away from the PayPal stuff. That's all I know.
My thing is,
I'm just giving the information out there.
My thing is, we got to go after the device first. This is what Steve Jobs got right. This is what Steve Jobs got right. He created the iPhone. The problem is, I like Cash App. Why do I like Cash App? I like it because it's right on my phone. It's easy and it's quote unquote free, but it's on my phone. Right. So I feel if we're going to have these, and now you can say, hey, if I say the wrong thing, maybe Cash App will ban my account. Right. Who knows? But if we had our alternative phone, Elon phone, a Tesla phone or whatever it's going to be called, then maybe I'm like, OK, now let's start building apps here. And now we have a real parallel technological company. However, I think we need to mitigate some future risks. What happens when Elon dies? I think these technologies need a constitution. Bitcoin has a constitution, and they've gone far from that constitution, so there's only so much a constitution can do.
Well, I think there's a little problem with that, though. Like, if we create a new constitution, we're going to still have the same problem where no one understands or knows what the Constitution is or means.
Absolutely.
So probably our best thing that we need to do before you even create that Constitution is make sure that, I guess, that the meme comes true. Learn how to code. We got to people got to know how these things that run their lives essentially actually work.
Yeah.
You know how your car works. You know how your toilet works. You know how a stove works. We know how all these things work in our lives, but we don't know how the thing that controls our money works. We have no workarounds.
Right.
We can't repair it ourselves if it's broken.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. 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 What do you think about my theory of, Kanye isn't exactly fit for presidency yet because he doesn't have a council?
Oh, of course not. Of course not. He's not fit for president. Oh my God. No way. No.
Who you voting for, Trump?
I don't even know who all the players are going to be, so I can't say nothing like that.
You got Trump versus a Democrat. Who you picking?
If I got Trump versus a Democrat, I'm going to vote for Trump.
Okay, that's good news.
Oh, shit. Thank you very much for that one, sir. I'll let you go. Somebody else can chat with you. Thanks for talking with me, taking the time. Appreciate it.
Hey, man. Hey, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate you, bro. Phone lines are closed. I'm about to get out of here. Thank you for all my callers. Thank you for all my Cash Appers. Renee Vogel, Khaled Cooper, sending Cash App, $ Hotep Jesus. We appreciate you. Thank you to all my callers, all my super chatters. What else? Oh, announcements. Let's see. All right. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, I'll be speaking with mindset guru, former Rock Nation professional heavyweight boxer, Ed Lattimore. That's 11 a.m. At 10 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be speaking to The Quartering. That's tomorrow, 10 p.m., The Quartering. Some of you may know him. Wednesday, the 19th, at 11 a.m., I'll be speaking with Legal Mindset on his channel. Shout out to Legal Mindset. At 10 p.m. on Wednesday, I'll be speaking with Shaka Akmos. Me and Shaka Akmos are going to be putting our foot down on the Hebrew Israelite. This whole thing about black people were the original Jews. We're going to destroy that on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. We're going to completely obliterate that notion that black people were the original Jews, or need to express that notion and why that notion is a very, very toxic and bad idea. That's 10 p.m. Wednesday night. Make sure you get some coffee because Shaka Akmos can go. Friday night. Well, Thursday night, as Hotep's been told you, at 8 p.m. That's our premiere show on this channel. Make sure you go tune in for that. Friday, I have none other than Scott Horton at 10 p.m. Scott Horton is going to come on the channel. We're going to be talking about foreign policy, this war over in Eastern Europe, NATO, etc., etc. I have a lot of questions, so I'll be talking to Scott Horton. And then Sunday at 4 p.m., I'll be on with Forest Mommy on her channel. So that's my lineup coming up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I'm going to be booking some more stuff. I think I got Matt Walsh. I'll be on with Matt Walsh. Where's my November calendar? Actually, I don't think I put that on my November calendar. I'll be speaking with Matt Walsh on Daily Wire. When is this? Monday, the 7th of November. Can't wait to see y'all, man. I'll see y'all next time. I'll be back tomorrow about 1 o'clock for the grift of the day. Everyone be safe. Hotep and Bill, I love y'all.
You hear a lot of people say this, and I totally agree with it. They say, fail fast, and it's so true. But it also ties into the procrastination conversation. What is procrastination? Procrastination is nothing more than the delay of the gifts that God is ready to present us with. And we're saying, no, we're not ready for those. How about tomorrow? Because when you're on your path, you're doing what you need to do, you tend to be in alignment and the gifts come abundantly. So that's why sometimes we say, hey, fail fast, because if you started the project last Monday, you would have found out that the piece that is missing takes a week to come in the mail, and now your whole project's been pushed back a week, you can't even start. But if you started on Monday, you knew, oh, I'm missing this piece, so it'll be here next Monday, and now you can begin working on your project. Fail fast ties into procrastination very quickly. Also, you have a lot of people that are afraid to fail. They're afraid to make mistakes. But you have to make mistakes. You have to fail. That's the only way you learn. That's the only way you gain experience. So I want people to fail. I want people to mess up. Don't be afraid of messing up. A lot of people want perfection straight out the gate. You know, you start a podcast or a show, and the first one, they want it to be perfect straight out the gate. That's not possible. Just go. Done is better than perfect. Fail fast.